Welcome back, Truth Seeker. November 28th, 2017. In the NFL, the big news, Eli Manning being benched. This is his 14th season in the NFL. Notice he's 36 years old. His upcoming birthday is January 3rd. Here's the riddle. He's going to turn 37 in 37 days, and benching equals 37. 37's the 12th prime number. Week 12 just concluded. Everything about professional sports is scripted by this code. Letters, numbers, and dates on the calendar. Today is also November 28th. In numerology, that's 11 plus 28 is 39. Every single New York Super Bowl win comes back to the number 39. They've all been won on dates with 39 numerology, or scores having to do with 39, or in city names having 39 gematria. The Giants have won 4, the Jets have won 1. The time the Jets won, the score was 16-7. It's a lot like 167. That's the 39th prime number. Everything in New York is 39. New York equals 39. NY is 39. NYC is 39. Empire's 39. The name George is 39. The name Clinton's 39. George Clinton, the first governor of the state, born in 1739. The date of establishment for New York, established on a date with 39 numerology, July 26, 1789. All throughout history, everything to do with New York is 39. You guys hosted the World's Fair in the year 39. G-Min equals 39. So you get big New York news today. And just so you can see this, New York has gematria of 39 and 33. Today also leaves 33 days left in the year. So, fitting day for New York news. And it's Eli Manning getting benched. With regards to this being his 14th season, the word end equals 14. And this is the 98th season of the NFL. The 98th season, using the alphabetic order, Eli Manning equals 98. He's the kryptonite for Tom Brady. Tom Brady's also 98. If you write out New England Patriots, also gematria of 98. And Patriots alone is also 98. No other team has this many connections to 98. It's part of the reason I've been saying since the Super Bowl ended last year. Remember, Tom Brady had 62 passing attempts in the last scripted Super Bowl. Minneapolis equals 62, and Tom Brady could very well go 6-2 in Super Bowls, getting the 26th win for the AFC in doing so. Like how last year he got the 25th win with the 25-point comeback on 2/5 over the Falcons. You see? And I told everybody that the Patriots are going to win that Super Bowl, and it was all about 25. It was the 97th season of the NFL. 97 is the 25th prime. They moved the touchback to 25 yards last year. So anyway, the rituals, everything is scripted by the code. Every week is planned out. The reason your season opener was the Patriots versus the Kansas City Chiefs is because they're two of the only teams in the league that have gematria 98 to open the 98th season. Last year they brought back the Coliseum in Los Angeles for the 97th season, not arbitrarily. Everything about professional sports is scripted by this code. There are no exceptions. Everything is planned out this way. Every game is scripted this way. Every championship is scripted this way. Every season is predetermined. You've never watched a professional sports game in your life that wasn't scripted theater. And, for you Giants fans who can't see that by having a quarterback like Eli Manning, you have to be really blind. Eli Manning, the son of Archie Manning. Remember how the Saints got their first Super Bowl win? Over Peyton Manning, Archie's son. But, Eli Manning's his face, his whole career has told the story. His face always looks like. He wins the Super Bowl, that's how he looks. Because he just knows it's a scripted joke. And he's probably thinking, what's wrong with these people? How fucking dumb are these people that come to this game and pay $20 for a hot dog and can't see what the fuck's going on out here? Professional sports are so stupid. You have to be just so blind to not see how fake and scripted they are. The WWE is the most realistic sport in the United States of America. And that's not an exaggeration. So with regards to this coming just before week 13, remember how his season began with his star receiver, number 13, down on his knees with 13-13 on the clock. And this was August 21st, by the way, the day of that special eclipse. You know, August 21st is the 233rd day of the year, which is the 13th Fibonacci number. Fibonacci sequence. If you don't know it, look it up. It's the 13th Fibonacci number. But anyway, it's not just that games are scripted and championships are scripted and benchings are scripted. Understand they're ending Eli Manning's career because it's his 14th season. The word end equals 14. But it's that every single year, and this is what I've been exposing, for years, showing it, and how many times have I called the championships before the games happened. In week 3 of this year, I said the Eagles would be 10-1 this season. And they're 10-1 right now. I called their upset win over Carolina to the exact score. I said, watch for 51 points tonight. That final score was 51 points. And I said the Eagles would win. And here's what's up with the Eagles being 10-1. Philadelphia in gematria sums to 101. Did you see how they just won their game 31-3? 313 is the 65th prime number. You see this? 65, 61, 101. Philadelphia, where this name comes from, is the Bible. The Church of Philadelphia. There's a letter written to the Church of Philadelphia about the false Jews, how they'll rule in the end times. 61, 101. Look at the word Christianity. 65. You see this? See how all these numbers are coded into Philadelphia? It's because it's a biblical name. This is a biblical nation. This is a biblical code. This code's important to the false Jews who control everything in this nation, who established this nation and have run it by this code since well before the NFL existed. Everything about our nation's history is by this code. So, anyway, they kill people by this code. Here's a former Chicago Bear, John Thierry, dead at 46, and he died on November 24th. Last year, Carol Brady of the Brady Bunch dropped dead on this day at age 82. But look at this. Dead at 46 is a member of the Chicago Bears. Chicago 46, dead on the day that leaves 37 days left in the year. And what you guys don't know is I made a video about this and Terry Glenn's, and I made it really long and went through a history of NFL murder by the numbers, and I did the whole thing with my microphone off. And I was so annoyed when I was done because it was a really long video. And then I just said F it, and I didn't upload it again. But for those of you who followed my work, you already know most of this stuff and what I talked about in that video. So anyway, John Thierry dropped dead by the numbers. What stood out to me is he played in 131 career games, and we know that's a big Super Bowl number, This looks like another ritual sacrifice for the Super Bowl. And the fact that he died on that date with those numbers, those are big numbers for the Patriots. Remember, Patriots equals 37 and 46. Tom Brady equals 46. Michigan equals 46. 199 is the 46th prime. Tom Brady was the 199th pick out of Michigan. He became the starter in 98, Tom Brady did. The guy who emerged out of nowhere after 9/11 in the Patriot Act. Think about who injured Drew Bledsoe, a New York Jet, Mo Lewis, you see? You know what year the Jets won the Super Bowl? 1968. What happened in 68? Well, 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. World Trade Center construction began. George W. Bush graduated from Yale in Skull and Bones. 33 years later, 2001, September 11th happened. False flag equals 33. From George W. Bush's birthday to September 11th is 68 days. CIA equals 68. Terror, 68. Think about after 9/11. You turn on I remember exactly what it was like. You'd turn on to watch the football game, and they'd be talking about 9/11. And Terry Bradshaw would be on there shouting down some 9/11 conspiracy theorist. It was like you're getting your programming from every angle. You can't even watch the football game, and they're lying to you about 9/11. And I was thinking back then, man, how fucking retarded are people? They can't see these games are rigged. They can't see that 9/11's bullshit. What the fuck's wrong with the people in this nation? So anyway, 12 years later in my life, by the time I was 30, I was absolutely fed up with living here. And I said, I'm going to figure out something about this nation and expose the whole fucking thing. I've been seeing through all this bullshit my whole life. It's time for everybody else to fucking see. Then I figured out the code. And now a lot more people are seeing, but still not enough. But understand, all these sports leagues you guys worship, they're all bullshit. You're brain dead retarded because you're eating the wrong foods. That's why you can't see through the obvious scripting. And these leagues you're supporting, people are getting murdered for them. Like John Thierry, the latest. And there'll be a lot more before the Super Bowl comes around. You just watch. John Fitzgerald Thierry. This name Fitzgerald's showing up everywhere. Now we got a Fitzgerald wreck ship. We got a Fitzgerald ejecting LeBron James tonight. These people are crazy with their rituals. But anyway, this guy right here, he died 81 days after his birthday, or a span of 82 days. Chicago, Illinois equals 82. Soldier equals 82 as in Soldier Field. With regards to 81, that's the ritual number. Last year on this day, on this same day, Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch, Florence Henderson, died at age 82. And I said that day, I said it's a lock. The New England Patriots have won the Super Bowl. And I'd already been giving examples all throughout the year, all the things lining up for the Patriots. You know, the Brady Bunch lady dropping dead, that was just too obvious. Brady Bunch is also 98 like Tom Brady. You see that? Carol Brady is 99 and 45, just like New England. You see that? That's why she dropped dead on the day she dropped dead. It was all synced up with the Super Bowl. And who else just died? Terry Glenn. Terry Glenn died a span of 77 days before the Super Bowl. His name is Tyree Terry Glenn, his full name, which equals, guess what, 77. It also equals 85, like Brady, 85, like National Football League. And Tom Brady's first ever touchdown pass was to Terry Glenn, who wore the number 83. Tom Brady's birthday is August 3rd, 8-3, what I call the football number. You know, Irving, Texas, where Terry Glenn bit the dust in Irving, 83. By the way, the word murder. Look at the numbers up here when I write out murder. Watch this. Murder. You see some overlap? The song Murder by Numbers by the Police came out in 1983. So anyway, Terry Glenn murdered, and I doubt he died in a car accident, 77 days before the Super Bowl. Tom Brady's born August 3rd, 77. These are the clues we look for. When people start getting murdered and the parallels are very clear for a certain team, that's usually the team that ends up in the championship game. Just like how last year the Atlanta Falcons lost a former player, I think 39 days before the Super Bowl, and he was 39 or something like that. Can't remember what player that was off the top of my head. Terry Glenn also died November 20th. And one think about how you write the date, 11/20. That 1-1-2 sequence is crucial. Super Bowl equals 112. Patriots played their first game last year on the 112th meridian in Arizona. Last year it was also Houston that hosted the Super Bowl, fitting city. You know. And just check it out. Houston, Texas, 46-51. 46, you know, Super Bowl 51 in Houston, Texas. And then Tom Brady wins the scripted thing with the 25-point comeback. You just got to be so dumb to think that that game was anything other than scripted. There's no way the Falcons could lose. There's no way. They had 1st and 10 at the opponent's 20 with, 2.5 minutes left? All they had to do was run the ball 3 straight times and kick a field goal. And they're up 11 points with, 2 minutes left? You can't lose in that situation. You can't lose. But instead, they drop back to pass, get a holding call, get another penalty, take a sack. I mean, why? Why would you ever do that? You'd only do that if you wanted to lose the game. 3rd and 33 was the down. Are you kidding me? People think this is real? You remember how the Patriots won their Super Bowl before that? It was against the Seahawks. Remember how they won Super Bowl 49? Seattle is from Washington. Look at this. Washington equals 49, right? Washington is the 42nd state, and the Patriots became 4-2 in Super Bowl 49 over the Seahawks. And here's how it was. 21. That Super Bowl was on the date 2/1. And it was Russell Wilson's 21st pass that was intercepted by number 21 with 21 seconds left in the game. On the down 2nd and 1, again on the date 2/1. Now, was there any reason to even throw the ball there? It was the first time all season, all regular season, all playoffs, plus Super Bowl, first time all season the Seahawks threw the ball on the goal line. And that far through the season, they hadn't been stopped on the goal line. They'd scored a touchdown every single time because they had Marshawn Lynch, who's probably the most powerful running back in the history of the NFL. He can carry a whole pile. They had a timeout. They had Marshawn Lynch in the background, or in the backfield. And instead they decided to throw the 21st pass right to number 21 for the interception with 21 seconds left in the game, if I forgot to add that part. It's just a joke, you know? I mean, and look at who Tom Brady is, you guys. I want to show you something. Do you remember that Michael Vick retired last year just before Super Bowl 51? Michael Vick, 51, Falcon. I want you to think about who Michael Vick is, and I want you to think about who Tom Brady is. If you play football, you know it's a game of speed. Speed is everything. Athleticism is everything. Tom Brady's not athletic. Tom Brady is slow. He's not quick. His arm is mediocre. Him and Peyton Manning, their entire careers, it's been the same thing. Nobody can get to him. Their offensive line, doesn't matter who their offensive line is. They can just block all day for these guys. When they throw the ball to their receivers are wide open, you know. And, I mean, what do you guys think it is? You think it's magic? You think these guys are magical? No, it's because the game is scripted. And it's just painfully scripted. You know, you flip over to the Browns game, you flip over to these losing teams, the quarterbacks are running for their life every single play. They have no time in the pocket, you know. Then you flip over to the Patriots, Broncos, Colts, whoever Manning was playing for at the time. I mean, these guys are just standing back there all day. And then they throw the ball and nobody's even near their receiver. Their receiver's just standing wide open. Tom Brady slant pass over the middle. Receiver runs for 40 yards up the field. And if you're paying attention, like normally the defender's like running right alongside him like they're in a race and he's not even trying to tackle him. You guys, Michael Vick's like a world-class athlete, you know? Freak show. Have you guys seen that quarterback down in Louisville? The 19-year-old that won the Heisman Trophy, who has the exact same birthday as Muhammad Ali, who plays for Louisville, where Muhammad Ali was born. From the day, I'll show you this. Do you remember what day Muhammad Ali died? You remember what day he died? He died June 3rd, 2016. 63 days before the start of the Summer Olympics. 2016 is the 63rd triangular number. The Prophet Muhammad in the Quran died at age 63. The first game for Louisville for the 19-year-old was on September 1st. And go back and look at Muhammad Ali at the Louisville. It was one of their bowl games. I think the Orange Bowl. Muhammad Ali was on the field and he was wearing a number 19 jersey. And this is like 10 years before this kid. I think it was 2007. 9 years maybe before this kid was the Louisville quarterback. But he was wearing a number 19. 19 is the most important number in the Quran, by the way. But look at this. From the day that Muhammad Ali died... I got to count the full span of days. To the day that this 19-year-old became the quarterback, span of 91 days. You know, think about it. 91, 19... And last year, Rashawn Salam was murdered in a park in Chicago. I put out a video after that, and I said, I guarantee you the 19-year-old's going to win the Heisman. They just murdered a Muslim guy. Muhammad Ali was a Muslim, you know, from Louisville. Sure enough, the 19-year-old wins the Heisman. But that kid, his name equals the same thing as Louisville, the same thing as Parkinson's, the same thing as Phoenix, has the same birthday as Muhammad Ali. Got Muhammad Ali 10 years earlier wearing a number 19 jersey. All of this stuff is sick ritual. You know what else I noticed? You know the musician Static Major? He's from Louisville, and he died on the 44-year anniversary of Muhammad Ali becoming boxing champion of the world, February 25th, in Louisville. He just dropped dead on the 44-year anniversary. The word kill equals 44. Doesn't that seem strange? He was 33 years old. He just drops dead at 33, and then they said it was some rare disease that struck him. Yeah, like arsenic poisoning. Arsenic equals 33, 33rd element on the periodic table. Dead in Louisville, Muhammad Ali's hometown, 44-year anniversary. You know, him becoming boxing champion of the world. And let's not forget that Muhammad Ali became boxing champion in Miami. And last year, one of the stories when Muhammad Ali died was, how did the Miami Marlins know before everyone else? The Miami Marlins broke the news that Muhammad Ali died even before the hospital he was in Phoenix. And speaking of 44, on the 44-year anniversary of the killing of Martin Luther King Jr., April 4th, 2008, Muhammad Ali threw out the first pitch at the Marlins game. You know? And then 33 days after Muhammad Ali died, Stanton, I'm going to show you something about this Stanton character. Stanton, in his first 4 at-bats, hit 4 home runs because it's batting practice. It's scripted. But look at this. He used to go by the name Mike Stanton, 42, just like Muhammad Ali's 42. And he changed his name to Giancarlo Stanton, 96. Look at Muhammad Ali. Again, 96. You see this? And how many home runs did Stanton hit this year? Was it 50? Hold on. Was it 59? Did he hit 59 this year? I think he did. You see? And with regards to the Marlins and Ali, 59. The entire world of sports. Scripted ritual. No exceptions. You know, if you missed what I just exposed about LeBron tonight, you guys got to wake up. You got to catch on. You got to learn this code. You can see through everything. You can see through everything. You can see through every single sports game, college to pro. You can see through every fake news story. You can see through every fake rigged election. You can see why they release movies the day they do. They release albums the day they do. They release books the day they do. They do everything by this code. There's no exceptions in the mainstream. This is how the long noses run it. We'll leave it there until next time.